Hello guys, George here, and I'm going to show you, well, this is a hex war game called Assault on Arnhem. So we're going to be playing single player, and let's click on new game. Usually for starters they recommend to play Grave, but I like to play Nijmegen, one player as the allies. And this is the scenario: Nijmegen, September 17th to 20th, 1944, 27 turns. Units from the 82nd Airborne Division have been dropped to the southeast of Nijmegen. Their mission is to capture and hold the bridge in the town by 1200 hours on September 20th. In advance of the arrival of XXX Corps, Allies need 1000 points at 1200 hours on the 20th of September to win. Let's click on next. You just pick a slot for the game save, double click, and here you are at 1400 hours of 17th of September 1944. Ally turn 2 days and 22 hours left, 27 turns to go. Okay. And here's the power drop. Here's the 82nd Airborne HQ, the 505th Para HQ. And right off the bat, it centers on the HQ unit. And usually what HQ units are all about is they provide supply. This box that I'm clicking on should give me a green path of where supply is being provided. Yeah, by using a scroll wheel, I can reduce the size of the screen, or the size of the gameplay. I can zoom in, zoom out with the scroll wheel. The other HQ that I have is, there's 3 HQs, so there's the 505 Para, the 508 Para, and the 82nd Airborne. And it looks like most of my units are outside of their supply zones. So now our objective actually is Nijmegen Bridge up here. I believe this is a compass. This is a phase. And this game functions on command points. Right now I'm starting with 10 command points. That means I can give 10 action commands to my units. If I choose an entrenchment, defensive, or rest, that counts as a command point expended. This command button here is to change phases. I definitely don't want to do that now. Information, unit information, game settings, objectives, and home. And this is instructions and an undo. Regarding the unit information, I'm clicked here on the 505 Para, and it has different attributes here. Now, the way I play this game is I try to bring the HQs close to the units that they command, and do my utmost to bring the artillery and the anti-tank unit here closest to the objective as possible without incurring any enemy, and that's because they're the only units that have range fire. So I'm going to start with moving up some artillery. Now that artillery is part of the 82nd Airborne, and that one definitely. And there's one other unit that's looks like it's under the command of the 82nd, which is this engineering unit. Yep. What that engineering unit can do is it's the only unit that can cross a broken bridge or ford a river, let's say. So I'm going to try and get 82nd up this path. So 505, 505, and 508. 505. Let's try and get him as close to the road and move the units being commanded by this HQ as close to them as possible. They're going to come up around the northern flank. Now 508, I'll bring him up through here. That's it, no more command points. Next turn will be the Axis. Here we have the Ally turn, September, and let's go to the next phase. Here's the Axis phase, 1400 hours, 2 days and 22 hours to go. They had 5 action command points. Ally turn again. Now be careful, we only have 5 command points, so use them wisely. I'm going to move this unit somewhere around here. And the anti-tank gun, definitely. Move them as close to the as the road as possible. Let's see how far the arty can go. Oh, pretty far. Now I have 2 more. Let's bring the our HQs as close to the road as possible. And that's all she wrote for this turn. Next turn, Axis. 2 days and 18 hours left, 25 turns to go. Ooh, I get a supply point. Now, 5 supply points. Now, any unit can pick up that cache of supplies. I have this unit here closest to it, so I'm just gonna pick a butt. And I have 4 units left. Definitely this one. Definitely this one. And HQs, well, let's see. There's one. I hope I did that right. No more left. During night, only 2 units can move. So I'm going to try and get as many faraway units as close to the road as possible. Next turn. Again, only 2 units. Let's get the 508 up and running here. Get them into the fight. Ooh, yeah. There we go. Next. Two units again. Trying to move the furthest units first. Okay, switch turns. And now we're back to 5 again. So at this stage of the game, I'm going to try and get my laggards as far forward as I can. These guys are, I'm going to basically use them as scouts, and with the support of the anti-tank gun, I hope they'll get pretty far and do some damage. Nijmegen is in sight. Very encouraging. Let's see now. I can check for supply. What the heck? I can never figure that one out. Oh, there, you got a little bit of a supply track here. Nice. Okay. Now I know that there are certain enemy units around here. Well, I don't want to hit 2 hexoids worth of enemy units, so I'm just going to go as far as here. There you go. Now these guys are going to stay here. This guy up here. Be careful, do not move your HQ in front of an enemy unit. You want to keep those fellows behind. And there's one more. No more command points. Now we have some combat to do. First, the artillery is going to fire on Henke. Attack. Attack. That didn't go too well. Now this fellow is going to attack here. Attack. That also didn't go too well. Well, let's see what the infantry can do here. That also did not go well at all. Axis turn. I was lucky I didn't incur any damage there. Okay. Okay, let's hope this turn will go a lot better than the previous one. We still have artillery fire in this unit here. Oops, got a good hit. Got a good hit. Can't ask for more. Maybe we can, but anyway. Let's see how this fares now. So basically I'm clicking first on the attacking unit and then on the target unit to initiate attack. I want to hold ground, and I have one more attack point. Seriously? How does that work? Okay. Well, that's an access command point. Okay. Imagine that. Trying to move as many units up. And that's all she wrote again. Of course I like using my artillery first. And my anti-tank. Use a stronger unit first. That was a half decent attack. And that was a half decent attack. Let's see what happens when you click on assault. That was a good one. Let's advance. Oh yes. Now that unit is entrenched. Manage your expectations with that. I think that this is the 10th SS. What you need to do is really wear it down with attrition before you try to attack it. And then swing the engineer over to attack the flak once you've established the river crossing here. Okay. See this artillery? It's important. I've made the mistake of not moving it up and forgetting about it. Do not forget about this artillery, because the enemy on the other side of Nijmegen is full of arty. And it's slow trying to get it up, getting it up to the battle. The closer they fall to the road, the better off you are, really. Now I'm going to try and get some of these guys really up there to the fight. So we're up already to the next phase. So this fellow here can attack there. Not much happened there. Just eliminated Henke. Shall we advance? To the 10th SS? Why not? Now we see all sorts of artillery here. And up here there is some very strong units. What I'd like to do ideally is capture this peninsula here. But I'm not too sure if I'm going to be able to do it. That was a not too shabby attack. Alright, here we go again. Five command points. Get this guy back. We're going to put him to recuperate. Pick up 5 supply points. See what happens with that. That's all she wrote for my command points. We're going to have to make him rest and recuperate. We'll see if we'll have the opportunity to do that. Now, these guys here can fire there. We don't really have to attack with this guy, so we won't. Don't miss the opportunity to move artillery up into the fight. So I think our best bet here is first move this guy here. We want to eliminate Henke. That didn't go too well. Huh. See what happens when you move your artillery close to the road? Well, now they're going to come into the fight sooner or later. Alright. I'm going to have to assault them if I can. Can only attack. Ah. Well, we have to do it. Hold ground, we're going to go around them. Okay. Two movement factors. Yep. Getting that arty up is paramount. Now we have 5. We're going to put this guy in rust mode. We want to get artillery up and running. That's a good way to deploy everything. And this guy here, there. I hope everything works out. Let's see. Move them into the range of my anti-tank unit. Well, he doesn't have very much time to stick around here. Now we're going to be paying attention to this fellow to see if he's going to regain some supply. We'll see. Looks like we have to move up supply. We eliminated that unit, which gives us the opportunity to move the engineer right up there. But now we're going to have to take care of these guys. Well, guess what? There's no infantry unit that hasn't been touched by casualties. Got none that are fresh. Except this guy. And perhaps this guy. And now I can bring my artillery here. 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 And that's all she wrote for now. Out of curiosity, do we have any supply? Oh, everybody's in supply now. Great. So now let's see how combat will get resolved. This fellow can fire here. 10th SS. Not too particularly fond of the 10th SS. Never was, never will be. Okay. Here we go again. Oh, let's go for the anti-tank here. That was a good hit. Let's go with assault. Well, hold ground. No, we have to advance. Okay, no more command points. What madness. Okay, engineer. I did say he was able to cross the bridge. Let's see what happens. Anti-tank. Artillery. And more artillery? Let's put some people to rest. See, this guy did recuperate. So let's put this fellow... Well, let's put this fellow here, rest. This fellow here, rest. Let's see what happens. Let me tell you, with our artillery, it would have been pretty hard for the Americans to win anything. Hard not to advance on this one. See what happens. We gotta take out all this artillery and flak as best as we can. On second thought, we'll be lucky if we can retreat him. Well, guess what? He's retreating. We don't want him dead. We want him to recuperate. See what I mean by him being able to advance? Right there. Darn, I wish I could advance more. that's all she wrote for that one. Good luck getting those supplies. Well, let's see if we can do it. I use keeping him there. I wish I could advance the artillery more. Darn. Well, let's see what we can do. '21 SS. Crap. Excuse my language. How the heck did that happen? Next phase. Okay. Yeah, need some luck here. So what does it say here? Next phase, it says, you still have some combat options available. Are you sure? Yeah, let's go back then. Let's try and weaken that. Oh, well, whoopity-doo. That's going to be my next victim, I hope. On second thought. Yeah. I need to get some people out of there. Alright. Oh well. Like I usually like to say, where goes nothing. I got some serious thinking to do here. Glad to have those 5 command points back. Supplies were going to be picked up soon. And what do we have here? Let's take this guy out of rest mode and see if we can move him up right there. And this fellow right here. Move some arty up. Let's see what happens here. Okay, this fellow here. Attack there. Try and weaken him up. Let's assault on these guys. Hold ground. Alright, next. By the way, there's 3 turns to go. I've captured Nijmegen Bridge. However, the game isn't over until it's over. And as you can see, there's still a couple of powerful units up there. Okay. For what it was worth, I just captured 5 supply points. And one, two, three. Let's see. Take this guy out of rest mode. See how far I can bring him up. Right there. That helps. And bring this guy back. And put someone else in supply and rest mode. I would say, or bring an artillery counter a little bit closer to the action. Yeah, why not? Might have been a stupid mistake on my part. Let's see what happens now. So far, we're looking good, I believe. 2 turns to go. That wasn't nice. Oof. Thank you so much. Okay. 4 command points left. Get him out of the fight. Let's rest up a couple of people here. Rest. Rest. And one more rest. Rest them as well. Now. Okay. Next. We're not assault. That didn't do much damage. This fellow here, I believe he gained elite status or something to that effect. Let's see what that means. Help. Unit information. Digging in. This unit is currently resting. This unit is an elite unit. Elite units are stronger in battle. A unit needs to gain 5 combat wins to gain elite status. Only non-range units can gain elite status. In addition to these indicators, units can also occasionally have tags on them in the top right and bottom right corner. A tag in the top right corner indicates that a unit has used all its movement points for a turn. A tag in the bottom right corner of the unit icon shows a unit is out of supply. Ooh, gotta move him back. There he is, out of supply. That's horrible. And we don't want to lose that unit. Well, that's the end of the turn. And the end of the game. Victory to the Allies. Damage scored. Allies 106 to 64 Axis. Units destroyed. We managed to destroy 4 Axis units. Health recovered only 2, which means putting people in rest mode doesn't necessarily have a big impact. Elite units, we managed to gain 1 elite unit, which was the engineering unit that forded the river. Supply used 89. Of course, we're on the attack. Attacks conducted again 68 to 43. Again, because we were on the offensive. And usually playing an AI player, if you want a challenge, go on the attack, not on the defense. Assaults conducted 11 to 2. Combat retreats only 1 to 11. Hexes moved, not bad, 397. Combat luck, I was slightly more lucky than the Axis. And final score, 1100. Thanks for viewing, and that's it. Good evening.